Welcome back to Konana Yoga. In today's video, we will be working on a Pilates sequence for toning all the body. If you're ready, grab your water and your mat and let's begin. Start in your hands and knees position. In your cat and cow, press the floor away, rounding the spine, touching your chin to your chest. Move to a neutral spine, drop your belly, and move into an arch. Continue to arch and round the spine, following your breath. Moving to your child's pose, begin to create big circles with your arms to warm up the shoulders. Switching the arms with the breath. And then return to your hands and knees position. On your hands and knees, be sure your core is strongly engaged, supporting a neutral spine. Tuck your toes and lift your knees 2 to 3 inches above the floor without changing your spine. And then walk your feet back until you are in your plank position. Move your shoulders exactly over your wrists and then begin to tap one shoulder and then another. Repeat 8 times. Bring the right knee to the floor and extend the left leg. Engage your glutes and with control begin to lift one leg behind you. Then gently lower the leg down to the floor. Slide your right hand and left toe. Engage your glutes and shoulders to lift your arm and leg higher to the ceiling. Be sure to not arch the spine. Bring left knee to the floor and extend the right leg. Engage your glutes and with control begin to lift the leg behind you. Then gently lower the leg down to the floor. Continue to engage your abdominals and maintain a neutral spine. Slide your right hand and left toe. Engage your glutes and shoulders to lift the arm and leg higher to the ceiling. Be sure to do not arch the spine. Back to your hands and knees. Start to lift one knee bent at 90 degrees, maintaining the core engaged. Squeeze the glutes and kick the leg up 8 times. At the last kick, hold. Toes are pointed and hips are square. Bring the knee to your shoulder, making a large circle. Circle the knee 8 times in one direction. And then reverse. At the last circle, pause and begin to open the leg to the side and then back down for 8 times. At the last, hold with the knee high. With hips and shoulders square, begin to make little pulses with the knee even higher. Then bring your hips back down to your heels in child's pose. Stay here for a few breaths. Let's repeat on the other side. Start to lift one knee bent at 90 degrees, maintaining the core engaged. Squeeze the glutes and kick the leg up 8 times. At the last kick, hold. Toes are pointed and hips are square. Bring the knee to your shoulder, making a large circle. Circle the knee 8 times in one direction. And then reverse. At the last circle, pause and begin to open the leg to the side and then back down for 8 times. At the last, hold with the knee high, with hips and shoulders square. Begin to make little pulses with the knee even higher. Then bring your hip back down to your heels in child's pose. Stay here for a few breaths. Gently lower yourself to the floor, point your toes and reach your arms long along the floor in front of you. Hold your hands together, thumbs interlaced. Keep your head on the floor. Extend through the arms and lift them as high as possible. Pulse the arm 3 times and then activate your back and lift your upper chest, keeping your arm beside your ears. Hold at the top and then lower back down. Continue this action following your breath. Place your forehead in your hands, engage your glutes and lift one leg high to the ceiling behind you. Then lower with control. Repeat on the other side. Continue this sequence, alternating the legs. Engage your glutes and lift both legs high to the ceiling behind you. Activating the legs, make taps with your feet and then release. Lay down in your back, plant your feet flat with your heels close to your hips and reach your arms long along the floor by your hips. With an exhale, begin to lift one foot off of the floor, bringing the leg in tabletop. Continue this sequence, alternating the legs. Then pause with the legs in tabletop. Crunch your nose to your knees and sculpt your belly to make a nice round spine. Begin to extend and bend the legs following your breath. With the legs extended, begin to lift the arm high into the ceiling, maintaining the core engaged. Hug your knees to your chest for a quick rest. Back to tabletop, place your hands behind your head. Bend the right leg and bring the elbow to touch the opposite knee. Left leg are extended. Continue this sequence alternating the legs. Extend both legs up towards the ceiling. Arms can relax down by your hips. Point your feet and send one leg towards your face while the other heel reaches the floor. For a challenge, lift your head and shoulders off of the floor, engaging your abdominals. When the right leg is close to you, grab behind the thigh and lay down with it. Switch the legs and then bring the left leg close to you. Grab behind the thigh and lay down with it. Lay down on your back, plant your feet flat with your heels close to your hip. With an exhale, press into your feet and begin to lift your hips off of the floor for a spinal bridge. With an exhale, roll down through the spine, one vertebra at a time, with the hips last. Repeat this spinal bridge using your breath and articulating through the spine. At the last lift, hold. Start to make pulses with the hips for 8 times and then slowly bring it down. In your bridge position, with one leg extended and the toes pointed, begin to lift one leg higher to the ceiling and then back down. Repeat on the other side. Begin to lift one leg higher to the ceiling and then back down. Hug your knees into your chest, crunch your nose to your knees, and sculpt your belly to make a nice round spine. Create some momentum and begin to rock and roll up and down the spine. Be sure to protect your neck as you do so. At the last roll-up, pause, keeping the core strong in the boat position. Stay here for a few breaths. And then start to lift up the arms high to the ceiling, and then bring the arms down. Repeat 6 times. Lay down in your back, bring your right leg straight close to you, bend the left knee and place the foot flat on the floor. Cross your top leg over the opposite thigh and externally rotate it, grab through the hole and then pull the hole shape towards you. Press your tailbone and shoulders down to the floor and keep your chest open. Bring the left leg straight close to you, interlace your hands, bend your right knee and place the foot flat on the floor. Cross your top leg over the opposite thigh and externally rotate it, grab through the hole and then pull the hole shape towards you. Press your tailbone and shoulders down to the floor and keep your chest open. Place the feet back down to the floor and then let the knees fall open to the side, resting on the butterfly position. Find a comfortable seated cross-legged position. Extend your arms toward the ceiling. With an exhale, place one hand by your side and let the other arm up and over as you lean into a side bend. Push off the floor, up and over, and plant the other hand on the floor, on the other side. Hands up and down to finish. If you like this video, give us a thumbs up and subscribe for more videos. Namaste.